Hello, we have with us today two prodigies, Neelakantha Bhanu, the world's fastest human calculator, who makes calculations at speed no one in human history has been able to achieve so far. And we have Prachotan, a Limca record holder for identifying 144 ragas at the age of just 3. That's amazing. So, welcome, prodigies. And so, Bhanu, you have been world's fastest human calculator. So, whenever you meet people, what are some of the questions that you get there?
I mean, I think the standard things would be, how do you do your calculations so quickly? How is there something which you're born with? Do you really, what do you eat? I don't know, all kind of weird questions which I think one can have.
That's amazing. Okay, now Prachotan, when someone gets to know that at the age of 3, you were able to identify 144 ragas. So, what's the usual reactions you get?
I mean, obviously people are surprised, but more often than not, they ask me, hey, dude, I was even unable to speak at that age. How are you able to identify something else? So that's the general reaction that I generally get. Yeah.
Amazing, amazing. Okay, so Bhanu and Prachotan, let's have a small warm up before we get started. So, Bhanu, the first question is for you. What is 43,567 into 345?
43,567 multiplied by 345. That should be 1 crore 50 lakh 30,615.
615. My calculator is still working. Let me just get it done. Wow, it is correct. Amazing.
Oh, done.
Okay, now this one is for Prachotan. I'm going to play a clip. You'll have to identify the raga of it.
Oh, it's been a while since someone has asked me a raga. So let's do this. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
Should be exciting.
Yeah.
Rima bada da ba mari, rima bada zani da ba mari re, rima da ba mari zani da sa rima ba mari, rima ma ba mari zani da sa rima bada da, ma bada zani da, rima bada zani da.
I think it's Saraswati, Raga Saraswati.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that was a good start. So like in this session, we'll be talking about the confluence of mathematics and music, right? Math is often perceived as a problem-solving tool. So Bhanu, what are your thoughts on this?
I think mathematics is a subject usually being looked at as a tool to solve other, other fields of work, makes it a little more inhuman than it should be. I personally am of a belief that mathematics is one of the most fundamentally defining ways in which a human being looks at the world around them. Just like how language, I mean, as probably Noam Chomsky said, you watch and look at the world through the language glass. I genuinely believe that linguistic capability and numerical mathematical capability helps you view the world and understand the understand phenomenon which occurs around you. And I think I would probably, let's say, go a step ahead and say that I think mathematics and mathematical fruition is one of the biggest outcomes of human evolution to begin with.
So Prachotan, what do you say about this? Math as a problem-solving tool?
No, it's way beyond that, right? So, I mean, the inferences that you take from mathematical studies are, applicable in everywhere. It's ubiquitous, right? So the moment you look around you, you see mathematics, and it has been the case for me as well. So the way I looked at my professional life or even my musical career, it has been very different the moment I saw it, and I saw it through a mathematical lens, if I have to put it that way. So it's way beyond just a mere problem-solving tool or something which is restrictive in nature. Yeah.
I think the role of math in art is somewhat obscure. Art is considered a form of expression of thoughts and emotions, and art is very abstract. So as a mathematician, Bhanu, how do you see the relevance of math in music? What does it tell about music?
As far as I go, I think music has, I mean, in my own capacity, I've been exposed to a little bit of it as a child. For me, the understanding is that mathematics in general is not only about numbers. So it's actually study of patterns, study of sequences, how things occur, in what order, how do things become harmonic? How do things become fun? How do things become consumable? And I think music is one place where you see those patterns very actively on your face, because you see that human beings in general appreciate, enjoy, and resonate with a certain kind of music, which has an order to it. And I think it's beautiful because human perception, how your brain perceives something to be fun versus something to be a noise, is dependent on how well a certain physical parameters and how they're mathematically portrayed be. So I think it's almost magical in that sense that there is a way to find how to make you happy. There is a way to find how to make you emotional. There's a way, there's an order towards what makes you go through a certain emotions. And that has a mathematical order to it. And I think that's fantastic to look into, because I think it shows about the premise which we talked about, which is math just not being a tool, but being omnipresent in every walk of life.
Now I can completely relate to all the playlist. During work, I have
Everyone
a different playlist. And before going to bed, I have a different playlist. I can completely relate to it. That's awesome. Like Prachotan, as a musician, right? As a musician, how has math broadened your horizons in music?
Oh, okay. This is very interesting because, there are various approaches that I take towards music whenever I perform, or whenever I listen to, or whenever I analyze music, or even, just perceive music, right? So the way mathematics has impacted the way I look at music was, to be, putting it out there, my transition from understanding music as music has transitioned from understanding music to sound, right? It is sound at the end, right? So when you have mathematical patterns to sound, when you have that method to your intuition, that is what mathematics, and that is where mathematics fits when it comes to, my perception about music. And it has been absolutely game changing, because I look at music in very, very mathematical, in a very mathematical sense, right? Even deeply the kind of music I listen to, and even when I actively listen to something, right? So there's always one part of the brain which runs parallelly, which decodes the music in mathematical patterns so that I can consume it a little better. It's not that geeky, to be honest, but it just makes the experience even better, even while performing or listening to it.
Okay, Bhanu, as the world's fastest human calculator and a mathematician, so what would be your message for this World Music Day?
I personally, as an individual, enjoy music a lot, and it's been a great experience. Prachotan here is a dear friend and also the co-founding member of Bhanzu, where we are trying to revolutionize how math education works globally. My message for Music Day is that something as fun as music, if you already love it, if you already are a musician, appreciate the math behind it. And at the same time, if you're a mathematician, you have an unfair advantage when you go into music. I think that is probably my 2 cents in terms of, let's say, what I would want to convey. And for people across the world who probably watch this later, the idea of mathematics flowing into art forms and understanding culture, understanding yourself, understanding cognition, as Prachotan was mentioning, I think it's amplified, and we here at Bhanzu are trying to, let's say, build a cognitively stimulating curriculum, and wishing you a happy World Music Day.
Awesome. Prachotan, what's your message for World Music Day?
I just want to say that, learning art forms is great, and one should take art forms very, very seriously, or even for fun if you do it, right? But please understand that, adding that bit of method to whatever madness is there in art gives, something which is absolutely incredible. That method can be mathematics, right? So learning the relevant math and being good at math actually gives you an unfair advantage, like Bhanu rightly mentioned, in whatever you do, right? So, and take this very seriously, and have fun with music. And happy World Music Day, everyone.
What's your current favorite music album?
Oh, my current favorite music album. Okay, I think it's an album called as it's tough to choose, but it's an album called as Lateralis by Tool. So yeah, that's my favorite album. So yeah, I listen to it every day.
Cool.
I'm wearing the shirt right now.
So it has been an amazing session with two prodigies. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you two. So signing off here.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you so much. Bye.